Okay, so just got done with Fight or Flight, and I enjoyed it. It's not the greatest. I mean, the comparisons to Bullet Train are, are stop at the fact that there's several people on a tube-shaped fighting area, kind of going back and forth. But that's basically where it stops. This plays a little bit more fun and goofy in parts, but the surprising thing about the movie is the fact that there's several points that what's shown on the screen will make you definitely question, and then the answers come later on. There's a lot of points that you're just wondering, okay, am I really supposed to turn my brain off this much? And then it's like, oh, actually no. And it's not like super smart or anything, but it's really clever in the way that it sets up little gags and little and twists and turns here and there. Not everything is like fully explained, but it's explained enough to where you really don't need it to be force-fed to you any more than what it already is, as far as how some things come to light, and other things you can just put together. It's really hard to find really any faults with this, really. I mean, yeah, like I said, that not everything makes total sense, but if you can overlook some things, then yeah, it kind of actually does make sense in the end. It's a movie that's not trying to paint this elaborate picture of all these moving pieces, and so it's not really trying to be super smart. It's clever, and you just have to allow some things to pass, and it stays in that clever zone of what you want. Once again, Josh Hartnett. I mean, there's a lot of characters in here, and hardly any of them are fleshed out whatsoever, which is totally fine, because it's all about just seeing him go through these through the night, and that's really what it's really all about. Is just the word fun is thrown out a lot when it comes to enjoying things, and yeah, that's really all you're supposed to do here. And I was worried earlier that it might try to be better than what it might be, and in this instance, it tried to be exactly what it turned out to be. So for that simple fact, I think it did a really good job of that. And in fact, it could have even been longer. It's only like an hour and a half or so, but it really flew by. There's a lot of laughs. I think, and then there's some laughs that I think would even work almost better on a second time, because now you're kind of understanding some things a little bit more. But yeah, it's everybody in my theater had a good time. I had a really good time with it. Not one boring moment. And like I said, Josh Hartnett he's just great. The acting he does and little things he does. The fighting is really good. I'm sure a good cinematographer and action choreographer and whatnot can make anybody seem like a good fighter, especially when it comes to hand-to-hand combat and things like that. But Hartnett really pulls it off quite well, and in fact, there's some fights that I think, if not properly done, might be a little bit too unbelievable. But in this, they actually kind of make sense. So I appreciated that fact. Like I say, any movie worthwhile watching, I always suggest watching at the movie theater, because that supports it. But if I had to put a scale of, must see at the movie theater, wait till it streams or whatnot, if there's a lot of people in your theater, I think you'll have a better time with it. But otherwise, I think it's really, I think it's a good movie to watch with a lot of people, and realize that you're getting yourself into something that's not amazing, but is not dumb, and is not boring, or is not just flat, or any of those negative things. So, yeah. However you see it, I definitely suggest watching it no matter what. And it's not going to be for everybody, just with its tone and with its not really aspiring to be much in depth really whatsoever. But it's a good way to pass 90 minutes. And yeah. Yeah, let me know if you end up watching it. I don't think it's going to be one of those movies that make much money, unfortunately. But watch it any way you can, and support good stuff like this, because there's so many movies lately where I feel like they're treating the audience so poorly that it's like the audience have been trained to like mid-tier things, or in fact some movies I see get so highly rated, and I can see why some people would not like this one as much, and which is kind of weird, because it actually has a lot going for it, and it's like I said, it's a bit more clever than what you would think it will be. So yeah, take that as it is, and I'll catch you in the next one.